What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now,
Jimothy.
Now, ladies and gents, I want to apologize first and foremost. I might sound a little bit different in this video, mainly because I am not feeling the greatest. I don't know if it's COVID. I'm going to take a test and we shall find out. But anyway, we are going to continue with today's deck profile, which is Harpies. Now, what I will say, ladies and gents, is this deck is actually quite a sleeper pick. It can be very competitive with some of the cards that you can include in this deck. Being able to go first or second and being able to OTK out of nowhere is just something that can't be ignored. So this is my initial attempt at this deck. It's by no means finished, and it's definitely going to need a little bit of work to be a bit more competitive. I do need some meta cards, i.e. I need Forbidden Droplets and I need Triple Tactical Talents. However, those cards are super duper expensive, so I won't be divulging into them anytime soon. But without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the profile. So starting us off, we are playing double Harpie Lady. Now, the reason why I am playing Harpie Lady, the OG Harpie Lady, is mainly because I want to see via unexpected die, and it's actually very useful being a normal monster once I go over my extra deck. So I'm playing double Harpie Ladies. Obviously, it can be summoned off Elegant Egotist, but it's normally an unexpected die target. Next, we are also playing one Harpie Lady Sisters. She's a level 7. She's a level 6. So she does actually boost some of the boost the consistency of some of your other monsters, which is super duper useful. So yeah, one Harpie Lady Sister. Next up, our main engine is triple Harpie Channeler. Super duper card. She able to special summon a Harpie Lady card from your deck if you by discarded a Harpie card, so it can be really useful, and especially with some of the spells and traps that trigger once they go to your graveyard, she can be really nice, especially in certain situations, which I'll go through over in extra deck. Being able to just combo off and then obviously link up into some of your extra deck monsters is super useful. So you do want to see this card. So triple Harpie Channeler, one of the best cards in the deck. She also becomes a level 7 if you control a dragon monster, which does have some application. Next, we are playing triple Harpie Perfumer. Again, she grabs you any spell or trap that lists Harpie Lady Sisters in its card text. So you can literally grab Hunting Ground. I think you can grab a few of the other spells and traps which we'll go through, but it's essential that you see this just to get your plays going. Obviously, you want to grab Elegant Egotist off this to be able to then special summon a Harpie Lady Sister or a Harpie Lady from deck. So that is the idea between 3 of her. You do want to see either her or Channeler starting these plays off, so definitely Harpie Perfumer. Next up, we're playing a few one-offs. We got one Harpie Lady 1, one Harpie Queen, and then one Harpie Oracle. Harpie Oracle is a nice, easy special summon if you control a level 5 or higher Harpie monster. Harpie Queen allows us to search our Harpie's hunting ground, and with the amount of back row that's in the current format, ladies and gents, you're probably going to want to be searching this quite a lot. Harpie Lady 1 is just another target for Elegant Egotist basically, and she gives our winged beast a nice little boost. Along with the field spell, it can be pretty beneficial, especially in certain situations basically. So yeah, so that's it for our Harpie engine. Now we do have some other couple of engines in here. We've got one Tempest, we've got one Heavenly Zephyr Miradora. I'm considering about putting the second one in. We've also got one Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds, and we've also got one Mist Valley Apex Avian. These are the two true bricks of the deck. You don't really want to see these in your opening hand. It does happen from time to time, it can't be helped, but they obviously allow you to do some powerful plays. We all know why they're here, ladies and gents. Simorg is a card, and Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds is definitely a powerful card. Miradora is a nice searchable hand trap. It can be searched off Tempest if Tempest does get banished, but it does have some weird applications. It is what it is. It is what it is basically. So yeah. Next up, just for a few hand traps, we're running triple Veiler. Now this could actually be anything. I am waiting on a couple of Ash Blossom, so I will definitely be replacing Veiler, because Veiler is not It's not the most powerful card, to be honest. It's easy to play around, especially in today's format where you comboing off. It can stop certain decks' turn if you time the Veiler correctly. And if you do see 2 in hand on your opponent's turn, it's a nice feeling because it's not a once per turn effect. but it's just not as powerful as you would think. Ghost Belle could potentially be a lot stronger than Veiler, as well as Ash Blossom, obviously. So that's definitely something that I would change out for the Veiler. But again, these are just a placeholder while I wait for my other cards to arrive. But triple Veiler. So next time we are onto the spells, and we are playing, for consistency's sake, triple Elegant Egotist. This special summons any Harpie lady or Harpie lady sisters from deck. You like to see it basically, and we've got 4 targets for this. It also can special summon from hand, but you generally don't want to do that. Next up, we have got not 1, not 2, but we have triple Hysteric Sign. Now the main application you want to use for this is basically, if this card gets popped and it gets sent to your graveyard, you can actually add 3 Harpie cards from your deck to your hand, and this is the power play right here. This is why you want to play Harpie's Hunting Ground, to be able to get this from your hand or from the field into the graveyard, just to be able to get its effect to add, because it's so powerful. Being able to search your Harpie's Featherstorm, which is basically a game-winning card in this deck, is just something that can't be scoffed at. It does allow you to add an Elegant Egotist from your deck to your hand, but you've got to bear in mind you can only use one of the effects per turn, so you do need to think carefully about what you want to do with this card. Like I said, it's a super duper power play. So triple Hysteric Sign, you want to see it. Next, we are running double Harpie's Hunting Ground. This is a nice easy side out, to be honest. Oops, sorry. That's the one that I want, because coming up next, double Harpie's Hunting Ground. Again, like I was saying, it's a nice easy side out. Typically, I put 2 in mainly because of the presence of back row currently. So being able to just continuously pop back rows, you special summon out your Harpie's monsters is useful. And if you combo this correctly with Hysteric Signs, you can just go plus like 3 or even 4 depending on what card you actually draw from your deck. So double Harpie's Hunting Ground, again, this can be sided out quite easily, but I play 2 mainly because I want at least my Harpie Queen to be live to be able to search it. So yeah. Next up, for the one-offs, we're playing 1 Harpie's Feather Rest and 1 Alluring Mirror Spit. This is basically, Harpie's Feather Rest is basically a part of Avarice for the deck, or a mini part of Avarice basically. And if you control a level 5 or higher Harpie monster, you can actually draw 2 cards. So you're shuffling cards that, shuffling Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady sisters in the graveyard back into your deck to be able to draw 2 cards. Alluring Mirror Split, basically if one of your Harpie monsters gets run over by battle, you can special summon another Harpie monster from your deck, which is useful nonetheless. Or is it graveyard? Deck or graveyard, useful nonetheless. Again, this is a nice easy side out, to be honest, and these are the cards that I look to side out more times than not, especially going second. This is a nice easy side out going second. And then finally, we are playing for the duos. We're playing 2 Unexpected Die. Again, this is just my target for Harpie Lady. I didn't want to max out on this because I already got 2 targets, and it's not nice to see mid to late game. However, it is useful to get your plays started. And then for some power one-offs, we've got 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Double or Nothing for obvious reasons, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Harpie's Feather Duster, which is searchable, and then 1 Raigeki. Again, Raigeki is a nice side out, so potentially siding out, ladies and gents, can be a nice feeling because you can at least side out like 4, 5 or even 6 cards. It's that powerful. But again, that's just my build, my take on it. I'm still refining it, and it seems to be paying off at the moment, especially seeing some of these power one-offs. Double Nothing, again, you play 3 bricks in a deck, and this is another one of them. You don't want to see this in your opening hand. You do want to search it, but sometimes you get unlucky and you draw it. Next, on to the traps. We're playing 4 traps. The first one being Red Reboot. You want those cards to be set face back down. Again, with your Harpie's Featherstorm, with your Harpie's Hunting Ground, you can pop a load of spells and traps, providing they don't actually plus your opponent. And this can actually win you the game, especially with Double or Nothing in your deck. And with this card, Harpie's Featherstorm, Red Reboot and Harpie's Featherstorm can literally be at OTK if you can get 2 level 4s on board, which is very easy in this deck, ladies and gents. This card is broken. I ain't even gonna say, this card is super duper broken. You think Infinite Impermanence is overpowered? Harpie's Featherstorm in this deck is broken. You can literally just do your plays however you want, and as soon as I activate a monster effect, you chain Harpie's Featherstorm, and no more monster effects can be activated that turn. And you can actually play this card from your hand if you control a Harpie monster, which this is a Harpie deck, so obviously you're going to be able to control some form of Harpie monster. Absolutely crazy. If you don't control a Harpie monster, you can actually set this, and as providing you control a wind beast monster, you can actually activate it. So you can actually get you some more off, get you some more plays going, and set this, and then just activate this in your opponent's standby phase, which is just crazy. So onto the extra deck. We're gonna start off with the links. Now this is the reason why I play Harpie Lady, the OG Harpie Lady, to be able to turn it into Imdok. Now Imdok's a dragon. The effect to blow up anything that it points to doesn't really come up that often because people tend to play around the extra monster zones. However, because it's a dragon, it allows us to get our Harpie channeler up to level 7, and then if it was Harpie Channeler to special out Perfumer will actually allow you to add 2 cards, because Harpie Channeler would be a level 5 or higher Harpie monster. So this is why we play the vanilla Harpie Lady, just for this reason, and it's really powerful, as well as he doesn't have to actually burn your normal summon, because I did actually test this deck without the vanilla Harpie Lady, and basically I was getting choked out on the Harpie Perfumer because it would be my normal summon. I'd normal summon it, I'd either get Infinite Impermanence, Effect Veiled, any kind of monster negation, and then your plays were over and done then. At least with this you can kind of preserve your normal summon for something that's a little bit more of a recovery play if needed. So yeah, the one Imdok, this is working out real nice. Next up we have one Harpie Oracle. This is actually cuttable, to be honest. I do go into this, but very, very infrequently. This is probably something that I might even change out. She doesn't do much but protect one of your monsters, basically. Playing one Wind the Wind Verdant. This card's nice. Typically, you can special summon one wind monster from your opponent. So if you're playing Bird Up, you can literally take whatever you want. It does come up from time to time, so it's nice to see. One Wind Charmer, the Wind Charmer Verdant. Double Simorgh. Now this is actually a placeholder for one of the cards that we'll talk about in a moment, but you typically only need one. If you get one Simorgh to stick and hit the board and stick, you've typically won the game. If you don't, then you don't really want to be trying to do that same play on the following turn. But again, this is just a placeholder whilst I wait for my cards to arrive. But this card is just, I'm glad they printed this card. Basically, it gives such a boost to Wind Beast archetypes. It's crazy. It can't be targeted. Special summons a Wind or Winged Beast monster from your deck with an equal or lower level to the free spell and trap card zones that are on the field. So you yourself and your opponents. So typically we're going to be special summoning our Wind Barrier statue, and then once we've got the statue out, if Simorgh survives, then we're going to special summon our Mist Valley Apex Avian for a nice negate as a follow-up play on our opponent's turn, which is nice. So double Simorgh at the moment, and then we're playing one the Desperate Doom Eagle. Don't ask me to pronounce his name. This is just a quick play shuffling. Again, it's a bit of graveyard disruption. It's nice against Owdlich, specifically if they're trying to activate their spell that allows it to special summon an Owdlich monster from the graveyard. You can quick play shuffle that in and then do some damage. It also allows you to boost its attack to 4800, so it's a nice OTK tool. Again, it's very, very situational. This probably will get changed out as well because it's not as useful as some of the other cards, but nonetheless at the moment it seems to be working out, especially against that Owdlich matchup, which Owdlich is very much so meta at the moment. So yeah. Next we are on to some of our XYZs, and we're playing one Lightning Chidori, one Abyss Dweller, and one Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon. This is nice. This can actually win you the game actually. It's got 2000 attack, can't be targeted with card effects or for attacks. So if you manage to stick this on field, you do have to detach a material every standby or end phase, and it can attack directly, so it literally can put 6000 damage on board if you are smart about your plays. And it's actually a nice little bit of a stall tool, just to be able to get some cards back into your hand to be able to refresh yourself. And then obviously if you manage to get one of your Harpie monsters on field, with this on field, specifically Channeler will become a level 7 because it's a wind dragon monster. So yeah, Abyss Dweller, nothing needs to be said. To be honest, I tend not to go into Abyss Dweller that much, mainly because you're either summoning your Simorgh or your OTKing, but it's there nonetheless. Chidori is just a nice removal should you have any problem cards. It's basically a Nightmare Phoenix, but yeah, it works well. You can also send back a face-up monster as well as a set spell or trap, so a nice little play right there. We're also playing 1 Silent Honor Arc, 1 Ice Beast Zero Fine, and 1 Castal, the Sky Blaster Gun Musketeer. Just more removal basically. These two are nice non-destruction removal, however they do target, and Ice Beast Zero Fine just negates all face-up cards on the field. It doesn't always come off. To be honest, if anyone lets this resolve, it's silly. But in certain instances it can resolve, and it is a winged beast monster. So if you can combo this with one of your Harpie monsters and you've got like Featherstorm in hand, it literally can be like an OTK. You can wipe their board and it gains attack equal to the number of cards that it negates until the end of the turn. So it's a nice little tech in here. And then we have got the Utopia double package. This is what wins you a lot of your games going second. If you see a way to get 2 monsters on field and you've got Harpie's Featherstorm in hand, this is literally an OTK, providing you've got the right monster to attack into. And typically, Predaplant Verte Anaconda seems to be making its way onto a few end boards at the moment, and he's got 500 attack, so that is an easy OTK right there. Dragoon's not interested, it will just negate Dragoon. Harpie's Featherstorm will, and you can just attack over the Predaplant Verte Anaconda for game. And then finally we are playing 1 Cyber Slash Harpie Lady. This will be 2, and I'll probably replace either the Samorg or the Desperate Doom Eagle with the other copy of this. This card's nice. Again, you could actually set this up on your first turn if you wanted to. So this enables you to basically synchro summon this card with any Harpie monster. So any Harpie monster in another level 4 on field can become this card, because it treats that Harpie monster as a tuner. Also, when a spell or trap card's activated, you can bounce one of your opponent's monsters to the hand, which is just super duper useful. Again, it's nice to see. It becomes Harpie Lady on field and in the graveyard, and you can obviously special summon it off one of the traps that are in the side deck. So yeah. So ladies and gents, that is the deck profile. Again, it is a work in progress, something that I'm definitely working on. It can be highly competitive. I mean, there's been a few instances when I've just blown my opponent out just from simply having Harpie's Featherstorm, which is just super useful. So definitely that's going to be something I'm going to be messing around with going forward, along with my Plunder Patrols obviously. But anyway, we find ourselves at the end of another video. If you did enjoy this content, you know what to do by now. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I would definitely see you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.